So over to you, Satyadil. Again, we have some more questions. Satyadil, can you bring them up, please?
Yeah, before that, I resonate with what KP said. When people, take the name, they take the character of the book and talk about him or her, that means the author has done justice. Bob Dylan had once said that as a performer or as somebody who is a craftsman, you are successful only when you go on the stage and people shout out your lyrics. So when we are talking about Budi Ganga, we are talking about Adyasha, we are talking about Jamshed. That means, Sdkar, you have done total justice with the subject and the book. You have done a fantastic job. Now we have got an author in fiction called Mrs. Valentina Lim. And recently she had penned 2 fiction books. One of them is very recent. And she has been a very active member of our authors community and always ready to help communicate and, of course, share her learnings. The recent book was called Reminiscing About Bygones. And I have started reading the book. I have found it very interesting. And she has also got a question about this journey of Mr. Sdkar and about the book. So can I invite Mrs. Valentina Lim, please?
Hello, good evening, everybody. Hello, and good evening, Sdkar sir. And I'm very delighted to be exposed to such a big author like you, and we have a lot to learn from you. And my question today is since you have already experimented with different areas in fiction writing, do you have some advice for new fiction writers that will help our journey?
Advice is a big one, but from my experience, I can tell you that writing in fiction, visualization is important. If you can visualize a situation, then the story will automatically flow. I'll give you an example.
Yes.
Few days back, there was a news report that a bus was carrying 60 passengers and it fell down from a bridge into a river, and only 6 people could survive. Now you could imagine there are 60 stories out here. People from different background, people with different aspirations, different hopes, different pains, different past, and almost like 53 stories died there. And 6 of them who survived have a different perspective towards life from that incident. So if you can imagine only 10 stories of 10 people, you have a beautiful novel art in your hand. So we are fortunate to be in a country where stories galore are among us. So we don't have to create a Hogwarts or a Middle Earth for writing a fiction.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful. Very good idea. We should implement it, and we will implement it. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Mrs. Valentina Lim. And before we move on to the next question, I'd like to tell people something. Of course, Mr. Kar will also tell this, and he'll second me to this, that right now the YouTube channel that is playing this YouTube live is called Sip and Talk with Vikram. As I said before, this is a unique channel of edutainment, education plus entertainment, where Mr. Vikram Khaitan has painstakingly taken the pain to provide us with, enrapturing knowledge about being an MBA or MBBS or whatever. These are acronyms, actually. Life lessons from the world of business, from the academic standpoint, not only from the academic standpoint, but also from life's own standpoint. That is called lateral learning. That is one. There are author reviews, book reviews, and there are interviews of, achievers. So to have a little bit of idea, Vikram sir, can you play some snippets of Sip and Talk with Vikram?
It will be a pleasure for me. Thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to present the channel. Thank you.
Thank you, Vikram sir. And before moving forward, I'd also like to thank Mehul Khaitan, who is the son of Mr. Vikram Khaitan. He has been behind this whole thing, behind this channel, and technically supporting everything that we try to do. And he's such a young boy, and with his exams coming and with all other activities, he has managed the show pretty well. And thank you for that, Mehul Khaitan. And please keep supporting us because we always need your support. And
I will communicate this.
please, sir. And before we move forward, we have got Deepa Hariharan. She's a new author, and she has taken a big risk. जैसे होता है ना, सेवाग पहले बॉल पे आके छक्का मारता है, वैसा she has tried to do, and she has done that. You know, being a debut author, she has ventured into an unknown territory of historical fiction, which is pretty difficult. You know, it requires a lot of research work. And her book called Princess Recall has in fact recalled old memories when grandmothers used to tell us about obscure characters from Ramayana and Mahabharata and all history. And she has got a question for you, SD Karsap. First, we'd like to hear from Deepa Hariharan. Deepa Hariharan.
Hello, everybody. First of all, I'm very grateful to be a part of this launch. So I got so many insights, and thriller is a genre that everybody actually admires. And getting a book, and I'm really looking forward that this book of SD Karsar converts into a blockbuster movie. And because everything that has been told so far about the book is very captivating, and I'm looking forward to read the paperback of this book. So yeah, one thing that I want to say about my book was I am a debutant writer, like Sir said, and I started my journey just in the month of May, and I published my book somewhat around end of June. So my question to Sir about my book, as well as for all the budding writers, is that what are the basics that one should follow as a fiction writer? So this is my question.
SD Karsap.
Yeah. As I said to Madam Lim, that you must have a sense of visualization. Second, you must have a few people who would give you an honest opinion. Okay, not sugar-coated ones or discouraging ones, but the right kind of opinions. Third thing would be you must not stop in between. There will be moments of self-doubt. There will be writer's blocks and all those things. But you must write on. And once you do that, once you follow a discipline of writing, say you get a target for yourself. Say I'll write 200 words a day, and you stick to it. Okay, no matter what. There will be days when the words will flow, and there will be days where you have to labor through the writing. But you have to be disciplined enough to write on. And I think non-fictions also, fictions are almost same. Only you have to create something which is not there. In non-fiction, it is there. You have to research and articulate it. Here you have creating something which is not there. So a lot of imagination is needed.
Thank you for the wonderful insight, sir.
I just have a question. I am curious. How many days to SD Karsar? How many days or months you took to write this book?
Actually, the idea was there since 2016. As I said, there are certain incidents that germinated this idea, but it was in I think past lockdown, February 2020, where everyone was joining online courses, and I joined a course from Coursera on fiction writing of Stanford University. Okay, now the course was like this, that you must write. There was like 15,000 people from all across the world joining in that course, and every week you have to write a chapter. So every day you have to write 500 words, and then on Saturday you read it 5 times and edit it and post it for scrutiny on Sunday. Okay, so I continued it for say 10-12 weeks, but then there was an unfortunate incident. My father passed away in between, and I also contracted the virus. So I couldn't finish the course, but as soon as I got better, it took me a month or two to finish the first draft. And then there was a 2-3 months deliberation, suggested Tamalda and me in every night, every midnight. We would talk to whether this word is should be given, should be there or not, or whether this character should say that thing or not. So 2-3 months deliberation, and after that we had got our final draft. So it was like 8 months to 9 months.
Great. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for the question, Deepaji and Priyadarshini Lobamitra, and thank you for the replies.
Satalal sir, there is someone I know, he's like elder brother. He wants to say something. He has given me a message. Santosh bhai, you want to say something?
Yeah. Thank you, SD, and good evening, everybody. First of all, I am very happy to see two authors, two great authors known to me, very close to me, being here, KP and SD. SD, first of all, I would like to congratulate you. Though I couldn't make you through last 1 year that you are such a good writer, although we have been visiting every day. My question is, I am a bit curious to know what discipline it takes to be a good writer.
Santosh, like anything, any walks of life, discipline is a must. Like I said, if you have taken up a target for yourself, say, I will write 500 words, then you must stick to it. So that is the discipline. I read, like before sleeping, I read around 10 pages. It is a discipline. You can call it a discipline. You can call it my hobby. You can call it my passion, whatever. So as a writer, if you can read 20 pages, then you can write 1 page. So you must be a voracious reader to write a page. So that is the discipline, nothing else. And you should have a receptive mind, receptive ears and senses, so that the things around you you can receive and like articulate.
Great, thank you.
Thank you for asking this question. In fact, everybody has this question in their mind, and thank you for so well, such a well-crafted answer by Mr. SD. In fact, I'd request everybody to stay in your seats because we'll be ending pretty soon, and we have got some prizes to declare. So please don't go away. I know, people sitting in one place is very difficult. Okay, so we have another question from Spandan Ganguly. He is also a fiction writer from Kolkata, and he has written, I think, 2 books in poetry and 2 books in fiction, right? Spandan Ganguly, please.
Good evening, everyone. Namaskar, SD Sirji. I am from Kolkata. I want to know 2 things. One is, being from India, you write a story about an incident in Bangladesh, and which is obviously controversial, and that always hurts me also too. The things, the political or maybe the religious factor that is going on in this subcontinent, in this South Asia. So what is that thing that made you to write on that concept? And one more thing, everyone know about Odisha because of Bhubaneswar or Puri, but I got a chance to go to some other side. It's Koraput, if I remember. It's a beautiful place. I have gone there. So anything, any story, any literature or anything you would like to write about that part of the Odisha to bring it to the knowledge of everyone. Because this part everybody knows, everybody go. But that one, Koraput, is such a lovely place. By road I went, a beautiful experience altogether I got there. So anything on that side you want to highlight and give us as a gift?
Before Karsab replies to your query, Spandan, I'd like to inform once again that we have got somebody from Koraput sitting in Koraput talking to us. That is KP, Kedar Panda. Mr. Kar, please, your reply, please, Mr. Kar.
Yeah. Spandan ji, कुछ देर पहले I think answered to a question saying that I intend to write a travelogue where I mean how much ridiculous the title may be, but the content is to explore the unexplored Odisha. I mean to get to present a sizable piece of Odisha which is still virgin to outside world. Okay, and I must admit that till 32 years I was confined to Cuttack, Bhubaneswar, Puri, Raulkela, Sambalpur. But it was my association with a company like Tamalda was there that I had a chance to travel to all Gram Panchayats of Odisha, and the beauty is unmatchable. I mean, not only the beauty, the food, the dialect, the people, and their stories are unique. So, and I have lot of anecdotes. I mean, those stories need to be told. Okay, so maybe someday I would like to tell those stories on a platform like this through a book maybe. And coming to the first part of your question, in Southeast Asia we are no stranger to animosities among caste, creed, in name of languages, and there are a lot of stories that are pushed under the carpet in name of उन्हें मत छेड़ो क्योंकि बहुत कीचड़ है, and so you throw the stone to the कीचड़ and it flows up. But these stories need to be told and told in a manner that the human side of it comes out. I mean, here obviously it's a communal incident, but it's a human tragedy also. Okay, so that needs to be highlighted rather than communal angle. Okay, I have written one like 2-3 chapters, almost like 3 times to 4 times, so that communal undertone that is there, that is minimized, and it is not coming out as a if you have read Loggia. So it's not there is no comparison or something like that, although that is a very good book. I'm not challenging that, but I just didn't want to be a communal tinge to my book. Okay, so I mean the stories need to be told, but need to be told in a proper manner.
Thank you, Spandan Ganguly, and thank you, Karsab, for that answer. Gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen, I have posted the Google link form for the Google sheet, wherein you can fill up the form and claim the prizes. So please pick up the Google sheet from the chat box.
And while you are filling up your claim for the prize, let me present one more testimonial, because these testimonials are lovely as they are coming, and I can see people asking for more. I have several of them, but let me show one more. May I?
Yes, sir. Please.
I am Purna Rao. My last assignment was Vice President Marketing and Operations. After that, I have started a startup for creating livelihood through entrepreneurship. And we have done that. And this startup has been recognized with the Startup India and Startup Odisha. And I hope this is going to create some lot of livelihood for this rural youths, empowered ladies, women in this. Well, to talk about this book, you can see in my hand. This is Noble Scheme of Buriganga, written by Siddhipragya Devdatkar. We fondly call him SD. Let me tell you something about SD. He was former colleague of mine working for a corporate, and from then I know him. He was a fantastic person. He was an orator, he was a good storyteller, and we loved him speaking. That was his forte. But I never knew that he could also author a book till I read his first book. That was full of romantic nuances, apprehension, and I loved that. That was fine. But to talk about this book is something different. This book actually connects the state of Orissa and the Lord Jagannath with Bangladesh. How this connection is, and what is the connection, how this happened, and what is the truth, the dark side, the dark truths, and the crime, and the excitement you will feel when you read this book. You will even connect yourself thinking that is it really happened, which I didn't know. That is what the mystery can be revealed by reading this book. I will not tell you the story. Of course, I read half of it. Within one day, I completed that. And I can tell you, this book is going to make rounds. I hope so. This will do for people like me who love this book. And I also suggest people to read this book. It's a lovely one. I'm looking forward for the third one. And I wish all the best for the writer, Siddhipragya Devdatkar, a huge success of this book. Thank you very much.
So as you said that this book is such a mystery that you sometimes start doubting whether this is history. I mean, this is an absolutely awesome comment. I have one more testimonial from a reader. If you allow me, I can show that as well.
Yes, sir, please.
Hello all, this is Dr. Subrakant Ponda. I work as an assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science and Information Systems in the BITS Pilani Hyderabad campus. I love to work on cloud computing, social network analysis and software testing. Apart from my technical interest, I like to read a lot. So I read a lot of books. So today in my hand I have this wonderful book that is The Muffled Screams of Buriganga. So written by Siddhipragya Devdatkar. I congratulate the launch of this book. I congratulate that such a concept could be thought of because this is a wonderful book. If I have to describe this book in one line, then I would say that it's a textual feature film. So reading this book is no less than watching a movie. So it will unfold before you as if you are in a theater watching your favorite stars enacting the story. So this is that wonderful, and once you start reading this book, you can't stop in the middle, okay, unless and until you reach the last page of this book. It's a very suspense story, and I wish that anyone who is listening to me or watching me talk should grab a copy of this book and read it. And I believe you will never regret your time. So wish you all the best, happy reading, and encourage people to read books as many as they can. Thank you all. Best wishes to the author and the whole team. Thank you.
Mr. Tamal was wanting to ask, is he still there?
Oh yes, I'm right there, Mr. Kaplan.
Yeah, you wanted to ask a question, sir?
I did, sir. I did. Thank you so much for the opportunity. My question again is to the author, SD. The other day, Mr. Punna Rao is also here among the audience. Mr. Punna Rao and I, we were discussing, and we belong to the same fraternity, SDI, Mr. Punna Rao. We are all marketers. And as one of my ex-bosses used to say that marketers are basically harmless licensed conmen. So What we realized after reading this book, SD, is that in this entire process, you have created a very strong character of Adyasha. So just like other greats, like say a Sherlock Holmes or a Poirot, or closer home to Bengal, like a Feluda or a Mitin Mashi, could we probably have a series where Adyasha is the main protagonist? Have you given it a thought? And probably she would help unfurl mysteries further and things like that.
In fact, after this launch, another few midnights I would have pestered you on this, that let's make it a series. While we are young, there was this Oriya series called Ranjan series, Dasyu Ranjan, and this guy was a Dasyu, and we used to read all his books. So that has a very impression in my mind. So I would love to work on a series of books on Adyasha.
You must.
And Mr. Kar, one question also comes to my mind, that you are, I've heard there's so many people here from Odisha today, and they have they say Jai Jagannath and all that. And you are also a great devotee of Jagannath. But I know you are a man who is not always for praises. So how do you express your anger if you ever get angry with Lord Jagannath?
Sir, for a Hindu, Lord Jagannath is like a reincarnation of Lord Vishnu, and for Puri is among one of the four dhams. But for Oriya, it is different. For a Oriya, Jagannath is our family member. In fact, he is the first member of our family. So any celebrations or auspicious things happens in our family, the first invitation goes to him. Okay, and we share all the emotions with him. We pray to him. We love him. We adore him. But we also scold him. In case of any problem, how can this be done to us? Because you are our guardian and you were there, and still it happened to us. In fact, one of the poet has compared Lord Jagannath with a sarpa. Okay, he says that you are like a serpent, and I got you into my home, and this is what's happened with me. In fact, Lord Jagannath is humanized. I mean, he eats, he sleeps, he falls sick, even dies. He is the Lord who dies. Okay, so for average Oriya, the relationship between Lord Jagannath and us is completely different, and it is different from to other people. Like to other people, it is a reincarnation of Lord Vishnu, but for us, he is like our family member.
Thank you for enlightening me with this piece of story, which I needed to know. And now I know where to vent out. If I have to vent out, I know I can go directly and vent it out to the God. Why should I blame anybody else? And with this, Satadal sir, if you would invite open house, if anybody wants to say something before we finally conclude, and let us hear the words of conclusion from you as well.
Yeah, thank you, Vikram sir. Actually, open house is invited right now. If anybody has got any question to Mr. SD Kar, you can always ask. And of course, the Google form is there in the chat box. You can pick up the Google form, fill it up, and send it across. And please ask your questions if anybody has got any question. Anybody with any questions, please?
A word of thanks from Mr. Kar, please.
Thank you, everyone, and for staying this long and listening to people about my book. And I am grateful to you. I'm looking forward to your reviews, your feedbacks on the book, and I hope this relationship continues so that we can support each other in our literary pursuits. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Kar, and thank you all the people who have attended, especially, Mr. Tamal Chatterjee is still there. Thank you, sir, for bearing with us, and all the people who have kindly joined this event and made it a grand success. Geeta Ramachandran ma'am is always a guide to us. Mr. Dinesh Nagpalji is also very helpful and a very active member of the community. And of course, Kedar Panda, Dr. Abhishek Tripathi, Deepa Hariharan, Valentina Lim, Spandan Ganguly, Mr. Subhash Sharma, Mrs. Harpreet Meenu, Nirja Bandi, Dr. Ravindran. You people have been, and my Guru Garo, Sampat Daniel, you people have been amazing. You people have supported us throughout this event. Thank you very much. And we promise to bring quite a few good books in the near future. And of course, very soon, the Budi Ganga man, SD Kar, is going to come out with a new scintillating novel. And this time, on Odisha, as you people have looked forward to. And thank you, everybody, once again. Have a nice remaining part of Sunday. And wish you everybody all the best. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for the lovely.
I also thank everybody.
Thank you for the lovely evening.
Yeah, I
Thank you.
everyone, and also I thank the viewers on YouTube channel Sip and Talk with Vikram. And you have been a great sport all evening. It is like a mini lit fest. Whenever I come to these book launches and I get a chance to host a couple of them, I do it very willingly, with pleasure, because it is like a lit fest. And in these days where you are confined to a particular geography because of circumstances, if you get, the digital windows opened up with people coming from such walks of life and meeting personalities like, Kunabai we met today, Tamal we met today, this expands our, it expands our circle, it expands our community as authors and readers. And it is not just the authors, we are readers first. Because we took to reading, we became authors. Because there are readers, we are writing. Because of the readers, there are writers, and the entire literary society is revolved around the reader. So I respect and value each and every reader who reads any book, any day, any time, no matter how much work you have, no matter what engagements you have, always keep reading something. It is a food for thought. On that note, I thank everybody and seek permission to please close this event for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.